Computer keyboards are the main method of user input into a computer. They allow for easy interaction with the computer. All modern laptops and desktop computers come with a keyboard. There are many different types of keyboards, including rubber dome keyboards, mechanical, wireless, illuminated, foldable, optical keyboards, and combinations of these.
The layout and design of the modern keyboard evolved from typewriters dating back as far as the 1870s. Early computers, such as the first computer, the ENIAC, used punch cards as a method of input. During the 1970s is when the computer keyboard started to take form, but these models were built from scratch, piece by piece, and were very heavy. They were primarily used by engineers and computer programmers. In 1984, IBM released a computer that came with their own Model M keyboard. This keyboard became the standard for all computer keyboards and looks like the most modern keyboards today.
Okay, since the rubber dome keyboard is the standard type of keyboard, we're going to be showing you how that one works. So this here is a rubber dome keyboard, and the reason that it's called that is because if you take off the top here, you'll notice that underneath there's all of these rubber domes. And this is basically how the keyboard is working and how it tells the computer what is being done. Basically, when you press down on a key, it's pressing down on its corresponding rubber dome. And you'll see that these are flexible, and when you press down and you release, it springs back up into its original position. So what's actually being done here is if you peel back the rubber dome layer, you'll see underneath there is a matrix. And the matrix is composed of three different layers. You have the top layer here, you have a middle separating layer, and then you have a bottom layer. And you'll notice on the top and bottom layer there are all these lines and dots. Now basically what's happening is that when you press down on the rubber dome, it presses down on one of these dots, and it's connecting the top layer of the matrix with the bottom layer. It's connecting them through the middle separating layer. There's a hole, and what it's doing is it's closing a circuit. When that circuit is closed, electricity is flowing through that, and it goes up into the processor there on the keyboard. That determines what key is being pressed, and then it sends that information onto the computer. Now, as long as you have the rubber dome compressed, that circuit continues to stay closed, and the flow of electricity continues to go through, and it continues to tell the processor in the keyboard what key is being pressed. That's why that key continues to be displayed on the screen. Now, when you release pressure from it, that circuit is now open, there's no more electricity flowing through it, and that's why that key is no longer being displayed on the computer screen. So that's basically how your standard rubber dome keyboard works.
Alright, as you can see, we've hooked up this standard Dell keyboard to my laptop. And we're going to demonstrate how that even if you remove the keys, it will still type. As you can see, it works perfectly. We're going to remove the keys. So we just have the rubber domes right here. So we can press on these rubber domes. Of course, we don't really know what we're typing in there. And even if I remove the rubber domes, I can still press on the matrix at the bottom. By pressing on it, I am completing a circuit, which sends a signal to the computer telling you what to type.
Everybody who uses a computer most likely uses a keyboard as a means of input and data entry. They are extremely important because without keyboards there would have been no methods of data entry in the past. Without keyboards now, we would be forced to use a mouse or a touchscreen input to enter all data, which would be very tedious and time-consuming. Even though touchscreen is convenient for short messages and text, it is not favorable for long data entry.
The technology of the keyboard will continue to evolve, as keyboards are being made with programmable, even customizable keys. The layout of the keyboard will most likely stay the same, as the QWERTY layout has been around since the 1870s. However, due to the increase in popularity of smartphone and tablet devices, the physical keyboard may start to see a decline in usage. The usage of touchscreens and voice recognition software will become more popular. Touchscreens can be a problem when trying to type long documents or messages. The solution to this problem is Bluetooth keyboards, as they allow for easier and more comfortable typing when composing long documents.
In conclusion, keyboards are the main method of data input and communication with the computer. Although they have changed a lot over the years from their original form, their modern design and function will likely last for many years to come.